Alrighty, I am back with another guide video. In this one, we're going to get mounted. What's that mean? We're going to get our Chocobo license, and we're going to get our fancy whistle from the little taro that the Chocobos try to eat. So first, starting out here today in the Marifated Mountains. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, so I probably butchered it. We're going to be looking for crane flies, because they drop the guspit grass that we need for this quest. You'll need 4 of them. You see, I have 2 already from my shenanigans out here while just playing around leveling. So the quickest way to get here is, of course, survival guide, but if you don't have that, you can take a Unity warp from the Unity NPC to either the 122 to Marifated Mountains, so that'll put you near the Tarongi Canyon, or the 125 to Saramug, which is the next zone up, which slightly more northward than would be ideal. You'll have to walk a little ways, and it can be a bit dangerous. I'm also on Thief, and as you can see here, we've got Treasure Hound up, so I got two degrees of Treasure Hunter to start with. Okay. That was some delay there. Don't mind that any. You just need to beat down these buggers. Which check easy prey to me at level 30, so not really a big deal. You just stab them until they go down. I should have used some trusts here, because this might take a bit with just me, considering my sneak attack macro was on a ridiculous delay. But if you're on Thief, that's what you want to see right there. Your Treasure Hunter chances increasing. Your Treasure Hunter level increasing, I should say. But yeah, these guys are all over the place. These guys are all over the place near the outpost here, basically from the outpost to the crystal line there in the middle of the map. As you can see, we've got another one. Now, I am going to go grab me another one of these, and that'll be a shortcut for y'all, and a long run for me. Alright, and I am back. We're working on getting our Chocobo license. I hope you got your fancy grass from the fancy bugs in the fancy area there. I got mine. Gotta need 4 pieces for this. So make sure to get 4 pieces. You can also get them off the auction house, but they're usually pretty expensive. Of course, there is an auction thing right here. These 3 will get you access to that. So when you've got your grass, you want to come talk to this gentleman down here in Upper Juno, near the Chocobo stables. Mr. Brutus. The first time you talk to him, you'll get the cutscene for the quest to Chocobo on the Loose, but that's for another day at the moment. And the second time you'll talk to him, he'll tell you more about that, but then, you want to ride a Chocobo? I sure do. Everybody wants to watch a Chocobo. Have you ever abandoned a Chocobo? Never. Of course you wouldn't, because I've never ridden one before. If she takes to you, I'll let you ride her. Good luck, kid. Alright, my camera goes crazy. You want to come talk to this Chocobo right here. And you're going to want to trade her a piece of your fancy grass. Now the first time, they'll just be still terrified of you and they won't take the grass. Now you can do this every minute, which seems like a long time, because it is. However, this used to be doable only once every hour. So in order to get your Chocobo license, you either had to come back here every hour or wait here for 6 hours. Here's one quality of life thing I am grateful for. Very, very grateful. But you can see the countdown timer in the corner there by the mini map, the radar thing. It says 21:32 right now. When that rolls over to the 00s, you don't actually have to wait the full minute, but when it rolls over to the 00s, you can try again. Because it's technically, I guess, every in-game hour, which is roughly a minute. So you've got that going on. You can see the Chocobo is at G7 on the map. I forgot about that. That is handy. You learn something new every day. And as you can see, our time has rolled over, so it's time to try again. You know, I still have 4 because it won't start taking them until it starts taking them. He still looks a little wary of you. Nope, still no go. A friendly Chocobo would be eating already. This one's different. I should also tell you that this quest right here is the prerequisite for the Beastmaster job quest. So that's also something coming very soon. Probably. And another minute passed. And we trade the Chocobo another piece of grass. This time, he'll eat it. Pay attention to the fact that that man is super scum. Because that will change in the future. What? Maybe. Anywho, back to the edit. We're rolling now. That is not what I wanted to do. I'll trade another piece of grass to the Chocobo. I hope you're enjoying the transitions, because there's going to be a lot of them. Here's another one. And here we go again. Trading the Chocobo yet another piece of Guspit grass. I don't know if I'll keep all these in the final edit, but here they are. He's eating joyfully. Ha, I've never heard him squeal so happily. Kind of odd because Brutus originally referred to it as a she, but what can you do? I mean, how would you even tell? Part the feathers and look for McNuggets. Alrighty, and now we have the final feeding, which I will do eventually, if I push the right buttons here. Assuming I can find them. I want to feed your last piece of grass to the Chocobo. And he's used to you now. Good job. Now you're a qualified Chocobo rider, just by feeding it. I don't know how that works, but it works. Now that you can read animals' minds, by feeding the Chocobo apparently, maybe you can become a Beastmaster. The rest is up to you. For now, take this to the stables. The master was profound, talking about reading their minds. At least we know the last owner didn't have that gift, and you get the key item, Chocobo License. And now that I have that, and hopefully you do too, what we have next is another transition while I get my notes together for the next part of this. Transitions! Now, of course, the next quest is Full Speed Ahead, which is just over here, really. Now, this is a neat one. I should probably say the prerequisite to all of this is that you need to be level 20 or higher. For this one, though, you need to be level 20 or higher. You have to have your Chocobo license, which we just got, and have a map of the Juno area, which, if you've been following along, you should have by now. And if you don't, you should definitely have it by now. You can go get it right from the folks upstairs and across the road. There's a map seller, I believe, inside M&P's market. Pardon that quick cut there. How are my Chocobo riding skills? Fantastic. I've never been on one. My butt has never touched the back of a bird yet. And the Chocobo wants to eat her because it thinks she's food. I don't know how that works, but whatever. Now we wait for the cutscene to continue. And a lizard shows up. You want to ride the raptor? Sure, sounds fun. And this is a race around Batilia Downs. You'll have to collect a certain amount of food from these markers here. She'll mark your map for you. And of course the end of the line is an NPC right there. Now during this you're going to be picking up food from the markers, and you're also going to need to, I believe, cheer it on, I think is what you have to do. And once you get out here, you want to put auto run on and plot your course You only need a few of these. So I am going to try and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight line right there. I don't know if you can predict my path, but as you get closer to the barrows, you'll see the blue light popping out of them. And that'll be your signal to go in there. You won't be attacked while you're mounted, which is handy. But you can see the pep and the motivation. Motivation dropping and pep rising. When pep rises too high, it's a problem. You'll have to, I believe, cheer it on. It'll give you a cue in the chat, so you'll know what to do. Let's see, where's my next target? Over this way. Like I said, it's pretty straightforward. You can see I'm losing a little bit of speed out here for this mini game. Cheer? There it is. The Raptor will get a second win, which will reduce the pep to 0. Let me check my map, make sure I'm going the right way. I am not. So we'll take a hard turn here. Double check my path. Yep. Yep. If you fail, you can do an easier version of it, so it's no big deal. At all. Of course, I am slightly lost. Look for the blue beams. Hello, blue sky beam. You can see the motivation is dropping as there are fewer snacks. And of course, the pep is rising, the motivation is dropping. I might need to do the easier version of this one, because I screwed up pretty hard on here. I cheered that saber-tooth on good. Alright. The next one's not too far, so I might make it. Might make it, might not. Could be a rough go of it. What? Pardon that cut, I just encountered a little glitch and said some words that are not family friendly. Speaking of not family friendly, let's reattempt the course. You notice I didn't poke at an easier level because I can do this. If I can't, well, I totally did, and you're seeing an edit right now. No, I'm kidding. Just kidding there. Now that I know my path a little bit better, I shouldn't have any trouble with this. And like I said, if you do, because of lag or whatever bugs you get that don't let you climb hills, apparently, then, yeah, there is the easier version, so you can keep doing the harder version, or the normal version until you get it. I will call it the harder version. You can keep doing the harder version until you get it, or you can just... I think that first run was full of glitches now that I look at what I'm doing now. Might have been kind of buggy. Might have just been kind of buggy. Excuse any edits, I'm just gotta cut out background noise. Let's see. Cheer on the Raptor and get a second win going. But yeah, as you can see, I'm doing much better now that I've got my route planned and things aren't quite as buggy. That's kind of weird. Kind of weird. So onward to the next marker. More this way. If I'm not mistaken. Which I, of course, fully could be. I feel like I bumped into some mobs during that. Let's cheer her on again. And into the hole. The raptor has overcome the munchies, 3 of 5. Our next spot is right up here. This is why it's nice to have the markers and be able to check your map very easily. You want to cheer until after I've overcome the munchies. There we go. And our next spot is right up the hill. Pardon me. Right up the hill and over here. So you just gotta pop into the barrows, grab your snacks, and make it to the end. And meet up with Cerelia. Who, if I'm not mistaken, is markers right up around this way. Yes. And we cheer on the raptor to gain a second wind, and there's our NPC. Hello, NPC. Expertly done. Your skill is impressive. I'll let this one take you back to Juno. I will tell the little Taru Taru that you're on your way back. And you get dumped up in here in Upper Juno. And of course the M&P market that I was talking about before, where you can get a map of the Juno area, is right there. One of the NPCs inside there sells magical maps. I don't believe they're behind the counter. I think they're to the right of the counter as you go in. So that is also a thing. You just want to come back down here and talk to the little Chocobo critter. And get the trainer's whistle, where you can register your Chocobo whistles, or you can trade anything with the little note on it to get that particular mount. Now those look like I have a couple of them in my inventory from the login campaign here somewhere. Satchel, nope. Mog sack, yes. These. You can usually pick up a couple from the login campaign and you just trade them on over. And you can have various mounts to ride around. And now, you have a very easy and handy way to get around pretty much anywhere in the game. This was a game changer when it was released. It makes so many things so much easier than they used to be, because you don't have to sneak around things with true sight and die a lot in certain areas of the game where they're abundant and directly in your path. So very, 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 very helpful. Alright, that's all for this one. Thank you for watching. If you like this kind of content, like, subscribe, do the things, leave a comment, bring a friend. We do have a Patreon. What else? I don't think there's anything else. Oh yeah, If you've got any other guides that you'd like me to go in depth on, leave a comment below and I shall get on them. Until the next one, happy gaming.